shall start.
Yeah.
श्रीमद सदगुरु सरकार की जय। श्रीमद युगल सरकार की जय। बाल गोपाल कन्हैया लाल की जय। आनंद मानंद कर प्रसन्नम प्रेम स्वरूपम ब्रज भावयुक्तम योगीन्द्रमीड्यम् भवरोगवैद्यम् गुरुं कृपालुं प्रणमामि नित्यम्। गुरुं कृपालुं प्रणमामि नित्यम्। गुरुं कृपालुं प्रणमामि नित्यम्। Janmashtami is approaching very fast, and our hearts are full of love for Sri Krishna. We are excited. He's going to take his divine birth, and we are all gearing up for celebrating Janmashtami. So let's talk about little Krishna today. As you all know very well, I'll just remind you that the best and the highest love for Sri Krishna is when we assume the attitude of the lover and regard him as the beloved. When we love him selflessly as the beloved, that sentiment is Madhurya Bhav, and that is certainly the highest. And included in that highest sentiment is Vatsalya Bhav, also Sakhya Bhav, Dasya Bhav. Today, I would like to concentrate on Vatsalya Bhav simply because Janmashtami is coming. And we want to think of Sri Krishna as a little child. He is going to take birth. I'm sure you're receiving many messages, many AI-generated photos and videos. I just saw one with little Shankar Bhagwan and Ganesh Ji and other forms of God just dancing and running up and saying, let's go, let's go. Where are you going? We're going to celebrate our friend's birthday. So the whole world is caught up in celebrating Janmashtami, which is such a wonderful thing. And so we are thinking about Sri Krishna as a little child. So let's talk about Vatsalya Bhav. And I'd like to share some stories of Krishna with you that are always very amusing and that are always so lovable. When Sri Krishna performs the pastimes as a child, he makes himself forget that he's the Almighty. He does not know at that point that he is the Almighty Lord. All he knows is, I'm a little child, and this is my mom, this is my Maya, Yashoda, this is my Baba, Nanda Baba. That's all he knows. So he is also drinking the nectar of his own pastimes, not only giving to others the nectar of his pastimes, but drinking that nectar himself. So let's start with some of his pastimes. Krishnatvam patha kim pathami nanure shastram kimugyayate tattvam kasya vibho sakastribhuvanadhishascha tenapi kim jnanam bhakti ratho virakti ranaya kim muktirevastute dadhyadini bhajami maturuditam vakyam hareh patuna. Little Kanhaiya is just playing all day long, and Yashoda Maya says, Beta, my son, my darling, you must study also. And he asked, what should I study? She said, well, you should study the scriptures. But why? To get knowledge. Knowledge of what? What kind of knowledge? Beta, you should get knowledge of God. When you read the scriptures, you get the knowledge of God. God? Who is God? He asks. You don't know who God is? Bhagwan, you don't know? Trilokinath, the Lord of the three universes? Oh, so I should get to know God. Why? Why should I know God? And Maya said, well, because when you have the knowledge of God, then that would make you a devotee of God. Because jane binu na hoi paratiti, binu paratiti hoi nahi priti. The Ramayana says that without knowledge, you cannot have faith. Without faith, you cannot have love. So once you have the knowledge of Sri Krishna, you will fall in love with Sri Krishna. You'll become devoted to Sri Krishna. And what else? And she says, well, when you gain his knowledge and you become a devotee, then you'll attain liberation. Liberation? Mukti? What is that, Maya? Is that something to eat? Or is this something to play with? No, no, Kanhaiya, no. What is mukti, Maya? Maya, tell me what is mukti. And she says, okay, hold on. And she tries to make it very easy for him. She says, Kanhaiya, here's what mukti is. When you get mukti, you don't have to, when you become liberated, you don't have to come to this world anymore. Isn't that wonderful? And he starts bawling, crying. Oh, Maya, I don't want Mukti. Mukti is a bad girl. Why do you say this, Kanaya? Because, Maya, I want to come to this world. Always want to come to this world. I love I love my Baba, I love my Maya, I love my Gaya, I love my cows, the calves, I love the gopis. If I don't come here to this world, how will I then get to love the gopis and the cows and you and Nanda Baba and my bhaiya and my friends? And he starts crying inconsolably. I don't want mukti. I don't want mukti. Mukti is a bad girl. I don't want mukti. And Maya then pacifies him, saying, okay, okay, okay. All right, Kanaya, you don't want mukti, you won't get mukti, okay? And she's thinking, I spoiled the whole thing. And he's so small, he didn't understand. He misunderstood me. Now he's crying. So she says, okay, you don't have to have mukti. Then all of a sudden he stops crying and he says, Maya, then I don't have to study, do I? And she says, what? What do you mean? Maya, you said I must study. Why? Because by studying I'll get mukti. But if I don't want mukti, I don't have to study. And Maya's head starts spinning. What did he just say to me? And how am I going to convince him to study? That will come later. And Kanhaiya says, Maya, all this talk about gyan, knowledge, and bhakti, devotion, and mukti, liberation, Maya, that's made me very hungry. Maya, can I have something to eat? And Maya Yashoda takes him inside the house and she gives him something to eat. So that was the end of that. She says, I'll convince him some other way to study. This method of mine completely backfired on me. Kanhaiya is always up to some mischief. He's always doing something or the other. So he has made friends with the monkeys and he is being very generous with them. The butter that Mother Yashoda has just extracted for him and Balram, he's giving it away to the monkeys, feeding the monkeys with his own hands. And Maya Yashoda, she looks at him and says, "ठहर जा, मैं अभी आ रही हूँ." and and she says, "I'm coming for you. You're being bad." And he runs away because he's in trouble. He runs from the scene of the crime, and Yashoda, the policewoman, she's running after him. And he keeps looking back to see how much Maya has gained on him. He knows that he has tiny legs and Maya is so much taller. So he looks behind, and when he knows that it's a lost cause, she is going to capture the thief. She's going to capture the offender. So then he just stands there and he uses a very, very effective weapon. And that weapon is his tears. he starts crying, and the collyrium, the kajal in his eyes, it gets mixed with the water of the tears, and then this black stream coming, stream of black water is coming down his cheeks, and his nose starts running, and Maya says, "Oh my goodness, he's crying now," and her heart melts, and then she just wipes his nose and wipes his tears and says, "Okay, Kanhaiya, don't worry, but just don't do this again." And he cheers up and he says, "Maya, I swear on your head, I'll never do it again. And I'll swear on Baba's head, I'll never do it again. I swear on Ganga Maya's head, I will never do it again. Maya, I'll swear on Yamuna Maya's head, I will not do it again." Maya said, all right, stop. I know you won't do it again. But we all know he'll do it again in a day or two. He'll be up to his own mischief. And that's the nectar of Vatsalya Ras. Maharaji used to say to us, "I've been trying for years to get you to Madhurya Bhav, but you people are all stuck in Vatsalya Bhav." Because this Vatsalya Bhav is so wonderful. It's the little Kanhaiya is irresistible. The gopis they always want to have his darshan, and the married gopis are very restricted as to when they can meet with him. So every chance they get, or every chance that they can create for themselves, they do. So gopis individually, they come out of their homes early in the morning after finishing their chores, and they have the pots of butter and buttermilk, buttermilk that they have made, the butter they have freshly churned, and they go out to sell their goods, all these dairy products. And I don't know if you've ever seen these ladies in rural India. They, especially in Vrindavan, you see them, and the scene what you hear about from 5,000 years ago, the scene comes alive because here are these gopis and they're dressed as the gopis are supposed to dress, as we think the gopis used to dress, and they're still dressed in that same way, and they are balancing 3, 4 pots of butter or buttermilk or water simply on their head and they're just walking and talking very easily. They're doing it very, very easily. So the gopis go selling their goods and in front of Nanda and Yashoda's palace. And I believe I've told you this story, but I can never tell it enough times. And I think you can never hear it enough times. So they go in front of Yashoda and Nand Baba's house, and they are thinking about Sri Krishna so much, and they go into this prem samadhi, this samadhi induced by extreme love for him, and they start out by saying butter for sale and curd for sale and buttermilk for sale, but soon they are saying, lost in their beloved Krishna's love, they are saying Govinda for sale, Madhav for sale, Damodar for sale. The Bhagavad says it very beautifully in Sanskrit. Vikretu kama khila gopa kanya murari padarpita chitta vritti dadhyadikam moha vashada vochat Govinda Damodar Madhaveti. So the gopis are in a state of samadhi, and the pots of butter and buttermilk, they fall on the ground, creating a nice muddy playground for Krishna to play in. He's inside the house yet, he's not out, but he, the omniscient one, he knows that the gopis are out there, and now he can hear them, and he understands that they are missing him, they want to see him, they want his darshan, they're craving his darshan. So he reciprocates. He wants to reciprocate by going outside, but he's a little child. He's crawling on all fours. He's an infant. And so he has been bathed and dressed by Yashoda. She has left him there in the courtyard to play for a few minutes and while she attends to her chores. And he manages to crawl outside, and he comes outside using all the strength he can muster from his tiny little hands and tiny little legs and his stomach, and he manages to make it outside. And there he sees that the gopis are in samadhi. I mean, they look like they're awake. They're not like this kind of samadhi. This prem, this is not prem. So that this is not prem samadhi. Prem samadhi is the gopis are fully, they look like they're alert and they're standing, but they're in samadhi. And he sees what's going on and he wants the foot dust of the gopis. So they are standing in this puddle and he now starts splashing around in this puddle, having the time of his life. Can you imagine a child given, imagine a child at a water park? So much fun. They shriek with joy. It's like pure joy. Oh my, this is the best day of my life, kids say. So now this little one, little Kanhaiya, he thinks this is just the best playground outwardly. This is the best playground, and I'm going to splash around in it. And he's covered now from head to toe in this mud. And internally, he's thinking, I want the foot dust of my devotees. I want the gopis' foot dust. So that's what he's doing. And then Yashoda comes, and here comes Vatsalya Bhav, and she says, Kanhaiya, look at what you've done to yourself. What have you done? I just gave you a bath half an hour ago, and look at you. Pankabhishikta sakala vayavam vilokya damodaram madatiko pavashadya shoda tvam shukarosi gata janmani putanare rityukti sasmuta mukho vatuno murari. Oh, Murari. And Shri Krishna has many names. One of them is Murari. The word Murari means Mur plus, it's made of two words, Mur plus Ari. Mur was a name of a demon, and Ari means enemy. So Murari means the enemy of the demon Mur. So that's one of his epithets, that's one of his names, Murari. Oh, Murari, look at what you've done to yourself. And you love mud so much. So I have a strong suspicion that in your last life, you were a pig. Tvam shukarosi gata janmani putanare. O killer of Putana, because he had killed Putana when he was 6 days old. O killer of Putana, O Murari, it seems like you were a real pig in your last life. And Kanhaiya starts to smile, but internally, it's an internal smile. He doesn't dare to smile externally. Maya would say, what is he smiling about? What's wrong? This is not normal. So outwardly, he looks afraid, but inwardly he's just smiling. So Yashoda Maya grabs hold of him. Now the gopis have had his darshan, they've had his touch, and now he's dragged inside by Yashoda Maya. Vatsalya Bhav. She's the mother, he's a child, and she has the right to scold him. She has the right to chastise him. She has the right to beat him even. And she takes full liberties as a mother does. One day when Krishna didn't know how to walk yet, he was still crawling, and he was crawling towards Yashoda Maya because he wanted milk, and she was feeding him her milk. So he was trying to crawl to Mother Yashoda. And as he's doing that, and let's just take a couple of seconds, if you please close your eyes. And think of the palace of Nanda and Yashoda. There's this floor, and there was such wealth in those times that Nanda and Yashoda had so much wealth that they had 900,000 cows, and they had a palace-like home, palatial home, in which the floor was studded with gems and precious stones. So now, coming back, so little Krishna, visualize him that he is crawling on all fours. And he's trying to crawl very fast, but he's so tiny, so he's not going that fast. But then suddenly he looks down and he sees his own reflection. And what does a little child know about reflection? Krishna thinks, little Kanhaiya, he thinks, oh, that is the most beautiful child I've ever seen. And he wants to embrace that child. We all do when we see children, and children are so sweet, so cute, and we want to hear that child. We want to embrace that child. So he wants to embrace this most beautiful child, but not realizing that's himself. And when he does not succeed, he tries again and again, and you can't embrace your own reflection. So when he doesn't get what he wants, again, he lets out a cry, and he proves that he has very strong lungs. And Mother Yashoda just comes running. The child doesn't have to do anything. The child just has to cry, and the mother understands that language. My child needs me, and she comes running. And she picks him up, and did you get hurt? What happened? She's trying to assess the situation. No, he doesn't look like he got hurt. He can't tell her in words because he doesn't know how to speak yet. And so, but he's gesturing, he's pointing the finger at the floor. He wants to go on he wants to be put on the floor. She places him on the floor, and he's pointing down again and again. And mothers, hats off to mothers. Yashoda Maya, the very, very intelligent mother, she understands finally what he's trying to say. And he's trying to say, I want to embrace this child, but he won't let me. Maya, you tell him. And Maya, now she can't make him embrace his own shadow. So she does the next best thing. She says, this floor is bad because it's preventing you from hugging that child. So I'm going to punish this floor because he's still got tears in his eyes. And Mother Yashoda, she she claps like this, and she pretends to hit the floor like this. I don't know in other countries, but in India, that's quite prevalent. The mothers will do that. That this child was, your sister is bothering me, bothering you. I want to beat her. And she'll clap like this and pretend to beat her daughter. And the daughter will pretend to cry, and then the child is all happy. Oh, good, my Didi's getting beaten up. So Kanhaiya becomes very satisfied that this bad floor, it prevents me from hugging this most beautiful child. Good thing, my Maya is beating you up. That's good. And then he becomes happy again, and he happily drinks his mother's milk. One day, Kanhaiya was sitting in Yashoda's lap, and they were having mother and son moments, very precious moments. And Yashoda was tickling him, and he is pulling her braid, and they're laughing. It's wonderful, wonderful time. They're having mother and son. So then all of a sudden, Yashoda says, "Do you want some milk?" And he says, "Yes." But Maya, I want only Kajiri's milk. Kajiri is his favorite cow. So I want Kajiri's milk. Maya says, Beta, Lala, Kajiri has gone out to graze. And so when Kajri comes home, I'll milk her myself. Then I'll give you her milk. No, Maya, I want Kajri's milk right now. Maya said, but Kajri's not home. So when is Kajri coming home? Maya, kab aayegi Kajri? When? And Maya says, in the evening time. Maya, what does evening mean? Sometimes we talk to kids and we have no idea, that we don't realize they don't understand our vocabulary. Sometimes I'm talking to kids and I'll be going on, and then a child will put up the hand and say, what does this mean? I say, oh, I thought you understood. So we forget that children don't have that vocabulary yet. So Maya, what is sham? She says, sham ko aayegi kajri. Ye sham kya hoti hai? What is evening? And Maya says, okay. Evening means when everything becomes dark and you can't see anything. Oh, Kajri will come home when you can't see anything. And using his child's logic, he just covers his eyes, says, Maya, it's evening time. Maya says, it's not. Maya, I can't see anything. I can't see you. Where are you? Maya, I can't see anything. Maya, it's evening. And Maya starts to laugh. No, silly. It's not evening. You're just closing your eyes. But he's convinced it's evening time and Kajri must be home. Give me Kajri's milk right now. So Vatsalya Bhav is just filled, it's filled with sweetness. Now, another pastime comes to mind, and that is little Krishna stealing butter in his own house, going to the storehouse where his mother stores the butter, the big pots of butter, earthen vessels, those big pots. And he's there, and he is eating the butter. And Maya comes in, and so she sees him right in front of her. He's eating butter, but there's a pillar there, and he's seeing his own. Now he sees his own reflection. Now he makes up a story. So Maya says, "You're stealing butter." He said, "No, Maya, I'm not. This boy is." Again, he's looking at his reflection. He's saying, "Maya, a thief has come into our house. This chor has come. And I simply came over here to tell this thief, don't steal from my Maya. Don't steal the butter that my Maya made." And I'm telling him, I get angry with him. But when I get angry at him, he gets angry at me, Maya. So, Maya, I don't know what to do. Good thing you came in. Chase this thief out of the house. And Maya is there. Balram is also there. And they're both having a good laugh because he's calling himself a thief. Maya, I'm not a thief. This boy is a thief. Why would I steal from my own house? Maya, you give me all the butter that I can eat. So why should I steal from my own house? And Maya smiles knowingly. Yes, yes. Once again, she caught him with his both hands in the butter pot. Both hands. And he's eating with both hands very quickly, as thieves do, right? Thieves, they like to steal very quickly, and because they might be caught any moment. So he's stealing very, very quickly with eating butter with both hands. And Yashoda Maya finds him, she catches him red-handed. And what do you have to say for yourself now? She asks. And he says, Maya, you put these bracelets on me, tiny little bracelets, and they're made with this. There is a money, there's a gem in there. It's called Padma Ragamani, and this gem has a tendency to heat up very quickly. So Maya, I went out to play. My wrist started burning, Maya, because you shouldn't have put these bracelets around my wrists. But my wrist started burning. I had to rush inside. I just before you came in, I rushed into this room, and I remember what you told me, that if you ever get it burnt, then use this butter. So I remember, Maya, thank you for letting me know that. Thank you so much for telling me. So today, when my wrists were burning, I just put both my hands in the butter pot. And Maya, I got so much relief. Maya, I hope you don't think I'm a thief. I'm not. I might just my hands are burning up. And now Maya is in a doubt. Is he really making up lies, or is he telling the truth? Now he could be telling the truth, but he's told lies so many times. So Maya is still thinking, is he telling the truth? Is he making up lies? What is he doing? When Kanhaiya leaves the gopis and Yashoda Maya and Nanda Baba, he leaves for Mathura at the age of 11 and a half, then he never really comes back. And in Premras Madira of Jagat Guru Uttam Shri Kripaluji Maharaj, in Shri Maharaj's Premras Madira, in Virah Madhuri, there is a beautiful, beautiful path, beautiful bhajan that I would like to sing and explain for you. Excuse me one moment, I forgot to put water. I'm going to drink some water. Sorry about that. So Uddhav is going to Braj, and Kanhaiya, Shri Krishna is giving a message to him. Uddhav Maya so कहियो जाय। ऊधो मैया सो कहियो जाय। तुम्हरो लाल कियो पालागन, चरण कमल सिर नाय। Udho. Shri Krishna says, Uddhav, give a message to my mother. Give Yashoda Maya this message. What message? First of all, do pranam, bow to her lotus feet, and tell her this pranam is on behalf of your son. Your son is doing palagan. He's doing pranam at your lotus feet. He's placing his head on your lotus feet. But then Uddhav says, Maya will ask, how is my son doing in Mathura, in Madhupuri, meaning Mathura? Then tell her this. Uddhav says, what will I say? Then Shri Krishna says, tell her, Yadapi Madhupuri Sakal Raj Sukh Asan Vasan Bahutay Udho Tadapi Bhav Vatsalyaheen Sab फीको परत लखाय Udho. Then tell her, Uddhav, tell my mother, although there's a lot of luxury in Mathura, Madhupuri, there's so many clothes to wear, so much food to eat. I have plenty of everything. But there's one thing, very important thing that's missing, and that is mother's love. Bhava vatsalyahin sabhiko parat lakhai. So because my mother is not here, I'm missing my mother so much, then everything just pales. Everything, all the luxuries seem very pale. So I am not doing well. But then Maya will say, why doesn't he come back then? It's a fair question, a logical question. If he's missing me so much, then and all the luxuries of the royal life pale in comparison to mother's love, then why doesn't he come back? What will I tell her? Kanhaiya says, listen, Vish pilaya kuchlaya putna gai param pad paay udho अब मैया को कहा दूं यह निशिदिन सोचत निशिदिन सोचत माय udho. How can I go back to Maya? Because Putana came to kill me and she had placed poison on her body. She wanted to feed me her poisonous milk, but I killed her and I gave her residence in my abode, in the divine abode. Then what can I give to Maya, who has given me nectar like milk? Putana, who gave me poisonous milk, got residence in my divine abode. Do I have anything bigger than that? Do I have a prize better than that, better than residence in my divine abode? And for Maya, who has given me nectar like milk. So I think about this day and night. How can I face Maya? How can I go back to her? Haurinya युग युग लाते रो आऊं का मुहलाए udho. Tell Maya, I am always going to be indebted to her. For ages and ages, I will always be indebted to her. How can I face her? But here Sri Maharaji says, Loka riti kripalu rini jo लोक रीति कृपालु ऋणी जो सो परदेस सिधाय ऊधो ऊधो मैया सो कहियो जाय. Shri Maharaj Ji says, Loka huriti kripalu rini jo so parades siddhai. It is, we see this in the world too, that when someone has so much debt that he cannot pay off his debt, he leaves that place and goes elsewhere. So Sham Sundar is under such debt of his mother, who has given him nectar like milk, that he will never be free of the debt. So he's gone away from Vrindavan, he's gone away to Mathura, he has run away. Essentially, he has run away. So from this divine composition of Sri Maharaj Ji, we get to see the love that Kanhaiya has for Yashoda Maiya, how much he misses her, and the way he says that all the luxuries of the royal palace pale in comparison before mother's love. So there's many, many pastimes. There are countless pastimes. There is immeasurable bliss. There's immeasurable nectar in these pastimes. We are going to be celebrating in just a couple of days. Janmashtami is coming up, and then Nandotsav. So these are very happy days, very exciting days. We're getting ready. If we're not getting ready externally, as the situation may be, we must be getting ready internally, because our heart is that Vrindavan. Our heart is a Mathura where he's going to take birth, and it's at Vrindavan where he performs his pastimes. So let's welcome him in our hearts on this day of Janmashtami. As Janmashtami nears, our heart is filled more and more with love for Sri Krishna. बोलिए बाल गोपाल कन्हैया लाल की जय. श्रीमद सदगुरु सरकार की जय. So I wanted to give you some time for asking questions that you may have, although I just talked about pastimes, but I'm open to any spiritual questions that you have.
Radhe Radhe Dini,
Radhe Radhe.
uh, shall I share? I'm outside, so uh, I want to share one thing. In my in our childhood, which we used to how we used to celebrate Janmashtami. Actually, me and all my brother siblings, used to create sort of Govardhan replication, mountains, and then Jhula and all those things with all so many toys. I
Yes.
remember, I mean, that time. Even today, when I think about that time. We used to almost till whole night, almost till 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning. We used to celebrate that, and so much excitement we used to have in Janmashtami. Now
Yes.
our kids basically are not into that, we don't do that any such things. Even because we used to do since childhood. When I was 4 or 5, we used to create small sort of garden and then mountain and every street in our city. Most of the streets, you see, some family were used to do such thing. But nowadays we don't do. I don't know whether in India I don't see much other than temples. But previously it was usual, like in every house in our city used to create
Right. So
such
Sandeep,
cup.
I understand. So
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, and that's a wonderful memory. But why not create such memories for your children also?
Yeah, that's what this time we are thinking. I was just talking to my wife, why shouldn't we create such,
Yeah.
whatever we used to do in childhood? Uh,
And and the whole family can get together, and
yeah,
it's a family activity, and it will be like you have created in your mind. There are lasting memories from your childhood. Your children deserve that too. Yes.
that's true. So this time we are thinking to do such things. We'll do it. We'll send the pictures of that, But usually we used to get some of the uh, stones from some electricity board or something. They used to have burned stones. It's actually feel like mountain and all the things. We don't get such things here, but yeah, I remember that.
When you're lacking resources, you become more resourceful. So
Yeah,
it's
that's true.
you can use your creativity, use your imagination, and make it an unforgettable experience.
That's true. Yeah. Thanks, fine. Rather,
Do you live in the UK?
I live in UK. I live in Halifax. It's near to Leeds. Uh,
Halifax?
yeah, Halifax.
There's a Halifax in Canada as well.
Yeah, there's Halifax in Canada. Yeah, it's near to Leeds. There's a half an
Okay.
hour distance from Leeds.
Now I
Originally, in
understand.
India belongs to Bihar, Patna.
Sure.
So yeah,
Good. Well,
well,
those memories, and then maybe you can share some pictures.
yeah, sure. If we'll do it this time, we are thinking to do it. We'll
Good.
find some of the things like so that my children's engage in such activity, and then they have you know
Right. Good.
associate themselves with that. So
Good. Good. Have a good Janmashtami and good preparation. Good. Have
thank
fun.
you. Radhe, Radhe.
Radhe, Radhe. Is anyone else going to be decorating in their house, recreating those childhood memories? Especially those of you with smaller kids. It's a great idea.
Radhe Radhe Didi.
Radhe, Radhe. Rajeshri.
Yeah.
Radhe, Radhe.
We are not decorating, and I just think, we are kids as well. So we are going to make a nice bhog, offer it to Maharaji, of course, and then
Yes,
also enjoy it ourselves a lot.
that's wonderful. That is wonderful.
And
Yes.
we are mummy papa here, so
Yes, Radhe, Radhe.
yeah,
I see that. That's very good.
yeah. So
Bahut
look
achha,
forward to something very traditional and typical. So nice, yeah.
bahut achha.
And Bhavishri Devi. And then in the evening we'll go to the temple for the celebration. Yeah.
Bahut achha.
Radhe Radhe Devi.
Radhe, Radhe. Are you celebrating in Leicester? Is something going on in Sham
No,
Sadhguru?
this time it's Swindon. So we'll be going to a temple in Swindon and the celebration will be there.
Okay, good. Have a wonderful celebration.
Thank you, Didi. Radhe Radhe, you too.
Thank you.
And I saw the advertisement for Yugal Kunj, the flyer. Very beautiful. Look, it's very exciting and sweet, actually.
We're having a Rath Yatra for the first time over here. We have a Rath.
I saw
And
that. It's beautiful.
it's not ours, it's rented or borrowed. But we will have Radha Shri Krishna and Maharaji on the Rath. Yes, so very exciting. Yes.
Brilliant. Thank you, Didi. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe, Radhe.
Now, Didi, one question from my side.
Yes.
This every Dwapar, Sri Krishna incarnates and gives us the pastimes, whatever he gives.
Yes.
Then it happens every Dwapar. I'm sorry, the seventh Chaturyugi Dwapar. It happens, and my question is, does the pastimes always repeat the same as they are done maybe last time 5,000 years ago, 5,200 years ago? Or
Right.
there are different pastimes for different incarnations? Thank you, Didi.
I think no, that's fine. Some of the pastimes like Govardhan Leela will happen. Kaliya Mardhan Leela, these will happen. Putnavad. And as far as other pastimes, sweet pastimes, they're all sweet pastimes, but I'm sure there'll be some differences there'll be some differences, but some of the main ones will always be the same, because there are many lessons to be learned from them. So I suspect the main ones will be the same, and then there are others. There's so much. There is so much variety. Then he would change. He'll make changes. Yes, main ones will be the same.
Okay, Devi. Thank you. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Shall we conclude then, if there is nothing else? Vikas, shall we conclude?
Yes, Devi.
Can we just, maybe before going, can we make up, when are we going to do the next one? So that everybody knows in advance.
21st, 28th, 28th, 28th August. Yeah.
August. Yes. 28th of August, everyone. And please do spread the word for whoever can make it. I see Canada's with us. Of course, the UK is there. Canada and the US is here also. Sometimes Trinidad comes also. Today, I don't see anybody from Trinidad. And maybe, let's say, looking at, I'm not sure what the, Yurik, where are you from, Yurik? Many people I don't know. All right, well, it's good
Yeah,
to
Jurek from Poland, actually.
Zurich from Poland. And Song, where is Song from?
It's Sonal. Um, G for Gandhi.
Sonu. Okay. Radhe, Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe, Radhe. Well, have a wonderful Janmashtami, everyone. Bal Gopal Kanhaiya Lal ki
Jai.
Hey.
Thank you,
jai.
Didi.
Srimad
Radhe
Sadguru
Radhe.
Sarkar ki jai. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Radhe.
Jai Jai
Jai Jai
Shri
Shri
Radhe.
Radhe.
Radhe Devi.
Radhe Radhe.
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 Thank you, Didi.